Welcome to Van Tate's Sports Office, an in-depth look at the world of sports, featuring exclusive interviews with our KRQE News Sports Director, Van Tate, sponsored by Caesars Sportsbook at Route 66 Casino.
We are talking about the sweet science in Sports Office tonight. Angelo Leo, the IBF Featherweight Champion, here to join us. And, man, you know, it's been quite the year for you.
Yeah, it has. Thank you for having me, Van.
Yeah.
It's been a great year. The last, I think, 10 months that I've been champion, it's been a roller coaster for sure.
Right, and speaking of which, when you got the belt, when you became champion, I think that victory is going to be forever something that people remember about your career because the way it happened, you know, it's just it was such a sudden knockout, and I mean, it still sticks with me to this day.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like people bring that up, don't they?
Yeah. It's a moment forever cemented in the history books, and it's one of my top moments in my life. You know, because it meant so much to me becoming a world champion for the second time.
Yeah,
a lot of the first time, a lot of people said it was a fluke, and it was
no. I watched that fight. That was not a fluke, man.
Uh-huh.
You were working that guy over so bad.
Right.
I actually felt bad for the other guy. I mean, I was like, man, that's
body
destroy
blows.
him. Oh my goodness, man! It was like I was watching. That was punishment, man.
Yeah. But the second time around, it was so much sweeter, you know, because coming off a loss
and being at home
and at home, it was just an amazing experience, you know, just giving my fans a night to remember and you know, proving to myself that I'm a true champion through and through.
Right, you go defend your title in Japan, and you know, against a tough opponent, and you get that one done, and what does that tell you about yourself? Because I mean, that could go all kind of ways. Because you're on his home turf, and you can overthink stuff, and you know, like it could go all kind of ways.
Oh yeah, for sure. It showed a lot, and I think it proved a lot to the boxing community. What type of fighter I am, what type of champion I am.
Kameda was the fighter.
Yeah,
right?
Tomoki Kameda. He's a no pushover, former world champion. Went and fought him in his hometown as the champion. So, you know, it says a lot about, you know, my pedigree as a champion. Not to toot my own horn, but that's what a true champion needs to do, you know.
Yeah.
Step out of his comfort zone and, you know, test his limits.
You need that road trip, man.
Exactly, yeah.
Speaking of road trip, man, you were well received. And when I remember talking to you the first time about how the fans were there for you, I just can't imagine going to another country and they're out there for me like that. Like, I mean, it was you had the fans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was definitely a surprise for me myself. So to see that, it just it meant the world to me. Seeing I have fans from across the world coming to see me, taking the time out their day, you know, printing pictures and, you know, bringing autograph posters for me to sign was just it was an amazing thing. It was an amazing feeling, and it really showed me what a champion is about, being a champion. So yeah, it felt good. It felt really good.
Now that you're the champ, man, you know you're gonna get everybody's best shot. But don't you? How do you look at that? Do you look at, because I would think, just from knowing you, I would think that you look at it like, hey, they're gonna help me get better. Let's go. I'm working on my craft. Let's go. Yeah,
as far as you say, like the fighters that my opponents or the fans?
Yeah, I'm talking about opponents. Anybody that you're gonna fight. You know, like you're the champ, so they're not gonna be like going like. They're not going to come into it going like, I think I'll take them this time. They're going to be alert, ready to go. You're going to get everybody's best shot.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and that's what I'm here for, you know, to be the very best I can be. The limelight is cool, and, you know, the fan love is cool. But most importantly is to stay focused and, you know, stay grounded. And I have a lot more to accomplish in this sport, you know. I'm 31 years old. I'm not, you know, super young in the sport, but I'm not super old in the sport. So I'm right in my prime, and now's the time to, you know, really step on the gas and prove to everyone, prove to myself what type of fighter I am. And, you know, it can get tricky as a world champion because you have all this praise from everyone, and everyone's in your ear telling you good things and positive things, and it could get to your head. So I got to stay grounded and know that there's hungry fighters out there that want to take my spot, and they basically, the way I see it is they want to take food off my plate. And some people say, well, it's really not that deep, but to me, it is that deep, because this is
when you stop thinking that's when you're in trouble.
Exactly. And I have that Mamba mentality, I gotta do more. Yeah. So I'm trying to take this to as far as I can.
Man, how hard is it to like get your mind ready for training camp and stuff like that? Because not only are you getting ready to do something that people would be scared to do, you know, but you're restricting your diet. It's just it's a lot going on.
Oh, for sure. There's a lot that goes into it, but I just gotta stay focused and this is something that I love to do. Yeah. This is something I love to do, and when you love something, you do it to the fullest and to your fullest potential. And the food is great. I love to eat and all that, but at the end of the day, I got business to take care of. And once I finish the business, then I can, I could splurge. I could eat this, the donuts, the ice cream, and all that. And but first things first, I always have a business first type of mentality.
The conversation is just getting started. We have more on the other side. Hey, so what is your origin story for people who might not know that? When did you put the gloves on and say, hey, look, I want to be a boxer?
You know what, Van? It started around 7 or 8 years old when I was, I think my dad had put me in karate. Then he had put me in soccer. And then those didn't do too well with me. I was kind of just distracted playing and all that. Yeah. But then he put me in boxing, and
something took a hold.
Yeah, something clicked right then and there at the gym, and I just stuck with it. And then they signed me up for my first amateur fight. Wow. I won, and then after that, I kept winning every amateur fight. Boom, 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 boom. Wow. And then that gave me the confidence. I thought to myself, hey, I'm pretty good at this, let me keep going. And then, it was just like a snowball effect. I just won and won. And then from there, I told my dad, I think I could become a world champion. I want to be a world champion. Wow. And then from there, it just rest is history.
Well, when you go back to the first time you won a world championship, mm-hmm. Was this surreal for you? Were you going like, man, I had this dream and here I am? Yeah. Or what was it like for you? Because sometimes you know how it is when you're processing something in your head. Just like your fight that was here at Tingley, me and our other sports guy, Brad Benson, we were standing beside each other. You knocked that guy out, and we both looked at each other. This is how our brain's trying to process. We were like, the fight's over, right? We asked each other because it was so sudden. Mm-hmm. Did you have moments like that?
In the first one?
Yeah. Where you were just thinking about, hey man, I'm a champion now.
Yeah,
but am I?
No, it felt very surreal. Like it didn't really sink into me. It was a little tough at first, sinking in, but I was a champion. Yeah, I thought to myself, I'm a champion. But like I tell everyone, that first time was a little bittersweet just because it was during COVID.
Yeah, that was weird, man.
Yeah. So I didn't have a crowd around me. It was just, in the bubble. They called it the bubble. Yeah. And it was the COVID bubble where you just fought.
I remember that.
Yeah, you just fought.
Had the trainers there, right?
Just the trainers, the judges,
and the announcers.
The announcers and the TV broadcasters. That's about it.
So you, with that said, it would seem like you would have your focus would probably be even more locked in, just because there's the stuff that's missing, and so you're just trying to focus on what you're doing. Is that fair to say?
That you could say that, but also a crowd has a lot to do with the fighter. It has a lot to do with the fighter.
Momentum, right?
Momentum, yeah. That energy is different. I can attest to that for this last my last fight here in Albuquerque against Venado, the crowd was just crazy. It was just wild. Yeah, just every punch I threw, every punch I landed, the crowd was going crazy. And, you know, I have never experienced something like that. You know, even though, you know, I fought in my hometown before, this time around, it was like I had the whole support of the city behind my back. So
what did that do for you, though? Like, when you're in the ring and you connect, and then the crowd's like, and you're just probably like, man, am I at the pit at a basketball game?
Oh, yeah, for sure. You know, from the very first round, I think maybe the very first punch or the second punch I landed, the crowd just went crazy. Like, they were just going the oohs and ahs, and it just gave me momentum. Your
adrenaline must have been just pegging out, right?
Yeah, it did. And but it could be a double-edged sword if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't know how to control yourself. Yeah, you get too overzealous. Yeah. And things could end up walking into a punch or something like that. Yeah, so you gotta be careful. You gotta have the balance. But you know, I'm an experienced fighter already, so I knew what to do.
Well, you know, when you fought Kameda in Japan, the crowd, I'm sure, wasn't for you, even though you have fans there.
Yeah.
What was that like the opposite way? You know, like every time he lands, they're like, hey, you know.
Yeah, exactly. So that was on the opposite end, like you said. It was a little different, but it was something I expected. It was something.
But did it make you dig into yourself, like, oh, they're against me? You know, like you just get more irritated. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You think about that. But as a champion, you know, having that champion mindset, you got to stay cool, calm, and collective. Yeah. And even though, you know, he wasn't connecting, you could hear the crowd go ooh ah, but you got to stay focused. You got to know that he's not connecting, he's not scoring points, and but there's a reason why, you know, those hometown fights are important. Well, so in any type of situation.
Well, yeah, I know you want to stay active, so maybe fighting in the winter months or something like that, huh?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I just fought a month ago, so it's fairly new. But we're projecting October, November.
Right. Yeah. And you have any? Do they have any idea of who they're looking at or anything like that, or are you at liberty to say or?
Yeah, we don't quite know yet, but we will know here pretty soon. There's a few names on the table, but it's going to be my voluntary, so somebody from the top 15 in my division.
So I was talking we had Brian Mendoza on the show, and we were talking about you. He said he gets to see you sometime, and
yeah.
How you guys like that, you know, being the two New Mexico guys and enjoying some love, man, on the national scene. You know, he won his title in shocking fashion for the big giant he was fighting. I'm sure that guy was just like, what just happened? Because he looked stunned, Fundora, when he knocked him out. You guys keep in touch, right?
Yeah, we see each other from time to time. We got each other on social media and all that, but it's been a minute since I've seen him actually in person. But you know, it's always a good time when I see him. Yeah. And,
you know, like, and talking about more New Mexico connections, do you like the fighters of old, like somebody like a Danny Romero, like the OGs, you know, the late great Johnny Tapia, of course you can't talk to him, but to somebody like Danny, wouldn't you like to sit down and pick Danny's brain?
Of course. I actually have his personal phone number, and he actually congratulated me after my fight. So he keeps in contact with me. Big shout out to Danny Romero.
What does he ever tell you to give you? You know, like, he's older now, so I'm sure he's probably telling, like, hey, look, you want to do this, and that, and he's giving you some tips and stuff like that.
Not as of lately. Sometimes, you know what? He actually sends me memes on Instagram. More so, yeah. Yeah, but he's a good guy. He always congratulates me. You know, always sends me his best wishes and stuff like that.
I was always wondering how the boxing fraternity, how you guys communicate with each other. You know, like, I know the late great Bob Foster, when he was still living, he would reach out to all these young guys, and I see Johnny talking to everybody when he was still here, and you know, and Austin Trout, all these guys are just, you know, New Mexico has a pretty good history with boxing.
Oh, they do, yeah, they do, and I think you know, all of our all the fighters that came before me, you know, were have been good examples for the community, and have talked to the kids and stuff like that. And I think I'll continue that legacy for New Mexico history.
Yeah, what is it like for you to get up and talk in front of the kids now? Because this you were that kid.
Yeah.
Not so long ago. Mm-hmm. What is that like for you?
Oh, it's cool. It's cool. You know, these there's a lot of kids that love the sport, and it's important that I'm a good role model to them, and I show them, you know, the ways of boxing and how to stay, and you got to stay disciplined in the sport, and things of that nature.
Stay with us. More conversation on the other side.
We'll get back to the episode in a moment. Monica Wicki here, host of New Mexico Living. I wanted to let you know that this episode is sponsored by Route 66 Casino and Caesars Sportsbook. If you love sports and like having a little action on the game, Caesars Sportsbook is your go-to destination. For rewards and more info, go to Route66Casino.com. Now back to the episode.
Yeah, you've been very disciplined. You know, like it's been fun to watch you, man, because I just watch you elevate. Like I told you that your first championship fight was just, I hadn't seen you fight in a long time, and I was just stunned, man. I was like, man, I'm scared of him. That's not, who was that? Yeah. I don't know that guy. You know, like you were just, it's just your development has been like off the chain, man. And so, how do you keep up in the ante, like making it even better? What do you do to just? Do you incorporate any new strategies and stuff like that? Oh, yeah. You know, like cross training, go play basketball, or, you know, like footwork, you know.
Yeah. No, I haven't, but you know, I always try to you know, improve my game. If I see something online that I see that'll work for my style, then I'll implement it, you know. But for the last few fights, I implemented a strength and conditioning coach, which really helped out my game, which helped me get stronger. Yeah. And anything that I could give me that upper advantage. Edge. Yeah, give me that edge. I'll do.
You just reminded me of something. I was talking to Chris Brown. You know the MMA fighter Chris Brown?
No.
Well, anyway, this guy has a very different style, man. I've seen him do off balance kicks and all kinds of stuff. I mean, like he's like, you're going like, what is he doing? You know, like, and I asked him about that, and he told me that he watches, he'll see something on an anime or a Bruce Lee movie and say, can I do that? Do you ever do stuff like that? Like look and see something and say like, man, I'm gonna try that.
Not through anime. I wouldn't say anime, but
yeah, I know what he told me. I was like, laughing,
if I see something on TikTok or Instagram, there's a lot of like film study videos.
There's some street fights too.
That too, yeah. I try to, you know, if something works, you know, I'll try it. You know, I'll try it. And like these last two camps, I've had camp out there in Santa Fe for that
was good.
Yeah, high elevation training is great for your endurance. So that's what I was doing out there. And recovery is key. Anything I could do for recovery, you know, I'll implement.
Are you like LeBron, who spent $1 million on his body, man? Are you like out there trying all the new methods and just like the recovery stuff so your body can be able to? Yeah. So you invest in your body, right? Like
for sure.
Because you have to.
Yeah, it's massage.
On that level.
Yeah, you got to. It's a lot of massages, a lot of stretching, ice baths, red light.
Your favorite?
Red light therapy.
Ice bath?
Yeah, those ice baths, oh man, those are not my favorite at all.
I was trying to be funny, man. Like, the ice bath, man, I just like, it'll just ruin your day, man. I got to do that today.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you really, I really dread it. But you feel good after, though.
No, I know you. You know, I've done the cryotherapy too. We you know, like the ice tub when you're playing football back in the day. Mm-hmm. You know, you had to do those things because we were getting banged up every day.
Really?
Yeah. So
I thought that was more of like a newer thing.
No, like sitting in the tub. Yeah. With the ice. No.
Oh wow.
No, like you know what's newer is the cryotherapy.
Cryotherapy, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've tried the cryotherapy as well. I think ice baths is a little better for me.
Yeah, you didn't like the cryotherapy that much?
Cryo is good, but I just think the ice baths just gets more into the muscles, you know?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like the ice bath? It's rough, man.
Yeah, it's rough.
Do you float too?
Do I what?
float. Do the float, the Epsom salt water.
That too. Yeah, I do the Epsom salt.
So you're doing everything.
I do everything. Yeah, I try to do everything. I do yoga, sauna, a lot of stretching at home. What else? And of course, rest. Rest and sleeping is probably your best recovery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just sometimes it doesn't work out, man. Have you ever had one of those nights where you're trying to sleep?
Oh yeah.
And you just can't, man.
Yeah. That's how it is in camp for me. It's so hard. Because people don't realize that when you're training that hard and your body's always on go mode, it's hard to turn off that nervous system. Yeah, it's hard to shut it down. So you don't get the best rest. You don't get the best sleep. So it's imperative that you every time you can rest, you try to get your best rest. Yeah. It's important that after training, you go home, you just relax. Don't do nothing, just relax. Even, walking or going going to the stores, that could, zap your energy because you're training so hard that you need whatever you can to recover.
Your body's on the fritz already.
Yeah, exactly.
so you're just trying to get through, right?
Exactly, yeah.
What's a perfect story for Angelo Leo, his career, and all of it? How do you see it going? Do you fight for all these years and then you start teaching, or what happens?
Yeah, I would love to start teaching, giving back to the boxing community because it gave me so much that I would like to give back in some way. Be involved in boxing in some way. I can't see myself retiring and just, forgetting about the sport. I want to be able to give back somehow, even if it's managing, training, promoting, any way I could help, these kids out, I would do.
Future instructor there for right now. He's got a lot of career left ahead of him.
Yeah.
IBF Featherweight Champion Angelo Leo, thank you for coming on, man.
Yeah, thank you, Van. Appreciate you.
Fernando Perez behind the controls. We'll see you next time.